Well, my best experience during the yoga practice was to learn more kriyas. I got to learn the Shitali and Ujjayi breath, and that was something very powerful to me because I'd been doing kriyas, but this was just special. So I also learned to do asanas. I haven't been a fan of asanas, but thanks to our teacher, Leon, she made some of the poses that looked very challenging, quite easy for me to pick up. So I was able to do even some of the very challenging poses, and yeah, just even getting surprised at how much I was able to do. Wow, they were just exquisite. Um, Actually, there's been a very big transformation in my feeling and experience here, thanks to the pranayamas. The pranayamas were not very challenging because I'd been practicing a few before coming here, and yeah, the kriyas also have been very purifying. So I think yeah, they've been great in terms of working on my nervous system, even on my digestive system. They've just been so beautiful. Well, the nervous system holds consciousness. It's everything, both for our physical well-being, in terms of carrying all the nutrients, the electrons, the protons, the calcium, and all the electrolytes in the body, in terms of conducting them to various parts of the body. It is everything. And then spiritually, that is where consciousness flows, that is where prana flows. So it is very important to strengthen it and purify it. Levels of consciousness is a pointer it's a pointer of where you are in your spiritual or in your conscious journey. So I find them very important in terms of guiding you in your progress. I've seen when I shifted in my consciousness, and my level of consciousness rose, which I could really clearly see that. I also saw many changes in the way that I was behaving and in the way that I understood the world and myself. So it's a very powerful tool for spiritual growth. Wow, they were very powerful. Um, Actually, when I came here, I wasn't expecting we were going to have so many meditations, and it was just a blessing to be in this place and just feel the expansion. And for me, it was just amazing. And to be in the presence of two great beings guiding us, for me, it was an experience of a lifetime. I've never had that kind of experience. So the guided meditations were really powerful. The Amrita Nadi, the inner sun. I just don't have words to describe the impact on my spiritual progress. During one of the meditations, I actually found myself in one of my past lives. And this was something very special. I felt really connected to the vision that I saw that unfolded in front of me. And that led to me understanding that some of the things that I thought were in the future are actually in the present. The guided meditations with every moment, every meditation with Mindo is spatial. And you can feel the direct impact in your spirit, in your expansion. So they were just the most important parts, I think, in the energetics of this yoga of now practice. Well, the most profound moment during the course was when I was able to identify one of the things that I've been repeating in my life and forming the foundation upon which I operate as a human. I think we all have these patterns that show up, and this has been the space for me to just be human and interact with other humans. But I've seen so many of these patterns show up, and fortunately just being able to identify them and bring them into the now has been just the healing for me. So I've experienced so many things here, but the most important thing for me as a being here is to understand the unfoldment of these patterns that have helped me, I would say, down in terms of growing in my consciousness. Well, I don't even know who I am anymore. I told Mindo this just now. First, physically, I'm in better shape. I have also learned to observe the now, my patterns, and everything else. So I've also learned from the participants, because we've had, it was a very diverse group and very beautiful souls. And just the exchange with people brought a lot of changes in the way that I perceive the world. So I think it was just amazing to have that kind of diversity here. And I'm very proud to be here from Africa, because apparently being the only one who looks different, like very different from others, and the acceptance. And I actually forgot that I was from a particular race, and I didn't see anyone as belonging to a certain race. There were moments where if you would just ask me, which race are you? Honestly, I wouldn't be able to answer, because that just dissolved into nothingness. So it was a moment of profound wisdom, of learning, and my wisdom has really grown, I would say. Yoga of now is, it's a different kind of yoga, it's a different kind of spirituality. It's a marriage between the physical body and spirituality. And we used to go into yoga studios and just having the asanas for our physical well-being, but combining this with spiritual development, with growth in consciousness, with meditation, is a very powerful tool. So yoga of now, for me, the innovation is actually bringing in this spiritual development and the physical development together. It was a very interesting part of the program. I think it was very necessary to be part, because I got to experience the teaching itself, and I got to see how much work I had to do and how much I've done, and my ability to teach was really tested. So it was beautiful to see my progress on daily basis, and confidence growing, and feeling the ability now to stand in front of people and deliver lessons. So it was nice. Drawing lesson plans and delivering the lesson plans was really amazing.